What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Studio series Generation 1 1986 Grimlock from the movie, and I am super excited to finally do a video review as I recently just got this figure. Now, as you can see, the reason why I am doing back-to-back videos this week is because I have a lot of new stuff coming in, and I still have a lot of old stuff, but I want to get the newer stuff out there. So, nevertheless, let's go ahead and jump on into it, as we have a nice concept design art here with Grimlock in Dinobot mode, and of course with Wheelie at the top of Grimlock. And of course here we have Grimlock himself, and of course Wheelie at the bottom. Now we do have Transformers Studio Series, Transformers the movie, Dinobot Grimlock, and of course Autobot Wheelie. Taking a look at the right hand side of the packaging, here we have the Autobot insignia. And of course the back, here we have Grimlock in Dinobot mode. Here we have Grimlock himself, and of course Wheelie there at the bottom as well as on top. Here we have Grimlock from the Generation 1 1986 film, from when Cup and Hot Rod were with the Quintessons and the Dinobots came to their aid. Now, there is a little description at the very top. You can go ahead and pause that at the right hand corner. I'll go ahead and give that a couple seconds. And of course, as always, coming to the left hand side of the packaging, here we have Grimlock concept art with Wheelie. The box is a little bit damaged. I did find this at my local Walmart, and unfortunately, the box is a little bit damaged, but he was the last one that I did find, so I'm grateful for that. But let's go ahead and not waste any more time, and let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. Now here we have Grimlock out of the packaging and out of stasis, and I gotta say he is absolutely a little bit bigger and a little bit heavier than I thought. So the first thing that we're gonna do is, of course, take a look at Wheelie. Here we have him from the 1986 Transformers the movie, and of course he is sporting that pink color scheme. I can't really tell what color that is, like an orange with gray. The details, not that bad. You can't really move his legs much. His arms do kind of move around. His slingshot does move around, so that is really cool. But other than that, there's not really much to do with Wheelie. So we're going to go ahead and get him out of the way and focus our attention on this big boy. Now, like I did mention, this is Grimlock from the 1986 Generation 1 movie. And I gotta say, the color scheme on him looks fantastic. Definitely Generation 1. And everything about this Grimlock is very pristine. He is the reissued Grimlock. I know there's a lot of the other one out there, the first one that came out. Unfortunately, I don't have that one. I do have this variant of Grimlock. Now, before y'all ask in the comments, or before y'all start asking yourself, do I have the Dinobots? Unfortunately, I don't. But I will start to look for the Dinobots, so that way I can get them to the collection. And of course, start the Dinobot lineup. So, Grimlock in robot mode looks very nice, very pristine. The colors itself is just fantastic. There's not really much to go about unless he just looks amazing. He just looks fantastic. I give the robot mode at least a 10 out of 10. Right off the bat, 10 out of 10. The Iron Blaster is pretty cool. Nice little accessory to add to Grimlock. The visor I do like. Go ahead and let's get that in there. Let's see. Is a dark blue. Really nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't light up. And of course, we have the smoke gray chest plate there. And you can kind of see the Autobot insignia. But there's a lot more than meets the eye to Grimlock. So let's not waste any more time. And let's go ahead and turn this guy into the dinosaur. Alrighty, guys, now here we have Grimlock in his transformation, and I gotta say that I am absolutely impressed with this Dinobot mode. Very sharp looking, very scary, and as well as honestly just flat out perfect. Uh, 10 out of 10 robot mode, 10 out of 10 Dinobot mode. I mean, this thing is literally movie screen accurate. I don't know how much more you can get with just this. I mean, this looks very perfect, very spot on. I mean, the teeth, the optics on Grimlock. I mean, come on. You cannot get any screen movie accurate than this. I mean, what a way to start off my Dinobot collection with none other than the leader of the Dinobots, Grimlock. And I just gotta say, I am just flabbergasted with words. I mean, this is just wow. Hasbro, y'all did an amazing job. The creators, the designers, great job on y'all's end, and definitely making it very fun to transform. Now, in order for me to complete this, we gotta add Wheelie to it. I mean, come on, it's not fun than Wheelie. Let's see. Let me get him on top real quick. Give me 1 second. We're gonna take a quick break. And there he is. There is Wheelie on top of Grimlock to save Cup and Hot Rod from the Quintessons in the 1986 movie. Now, I definitely do gotta say, I am just beyond words on how these look together. I mean, this just looks absolutely very screen accurate, very well done with Hasbro, and honestly, a job well done indeed. Now, as I take a closer look on Grimlock, you can see all the designs, the paint, and everything. The transformation is just sensational. Here we have the chest, which is now like the belly of Grimlock. I was about to say Optimus Prime. And of course, everything about this Grimlock is just very pristine and very well done. Now, I do have two Grimlocks that I do want to do a video review on. A side-by-side comparison. Side-by-side comparison. And let me go ahead and get those. And we'll be right back. Now, here we have a side-by-side comparison. We have the AMK YOLO Park minifigure Grimlock. And of course, some of y'all do remember this from the couple videos back that I very first did. This is the AMK line YOLO Park Grimlock next to the Studio Series Deluxe Class Leader Grimlock Generation 1. Similarities, obviously the colors, the gold, the red, the silver, nothing too much there. However, the tail does have more color on the back of this Grimlock than this one. You got a nice gold back here, and then this one is just gray. You have green, red, and blue panels, and of course it's all silver. And of course, the only difference, another difference that is pointing out to me are the red. The red's a little bit darker, the paint is a little lighter, and of course, another thing that is also pointing out are the arms. This one only has two. This one, however, has three little arms, and it looks like he can just wave. So, not too much differences or similarities. They're on obviously, of course, equal. The optics here on Grimlock are a little bit lighter, as well as this one's a little bit darker. However, this one does not transform. It is just straight up Dinobot mode. And of course, this one does transform into the robot mode. So, nice little comparison there. I do have a miniature Grimlock. However, I don't know exactly where he is at the moment. But if you do remember, and if you go ahead and check out the AMK YOLO Park line, then you'll see the Grimlock that I am referring to. And of course, see the comparison between these two here. So as I take him out of the way, we're just going to focus our attention on the Dinobot Grimlock here. And I just got to say, this thing looks very nice and very, very cool. The only thing that I really don't like are the arms. I mean, the arms do kind of look funny. But nevertheless, it is a cool addition. Really nice to add to Grimlock. And a job well done all the way around to Hasbro. Now, let me go ahead and put him on the rotation table. And I just gotta say, this thing looks very nice as he's hitting the background there. So there is Grimlock in Dinobot mode. I do gotta give once again another shout out to Hasbro. Let's go ahead and put Wheelie up on there. And I just gotta say, everything about this Grimlock is just very pristine, very nice, and very well made, and very creative. As we're gonna take another look at him one more time before we transform him back into robot mode. Alrighty guys, now here we have Grimlock back in robot mode, and I just gotta say once again, he just looks absolutely fantastic to the letter. Now, the one thing that I do want to point out though is that Grimlock does not come with his sword, which is a little unfortunate, as we do see him with the sword in the Generation 1 cartoon before leading up to the 1986 Transformers, the movie. So unfortunately, we don't get a sword with Grimlock. However, we do get the Iron Blaster, which is pretty cool. But nevertheless, I would like to see at least like the shield from War for Cybertron or the sword, as we're going to go ahead and put them on the table one last time before we wrap up the video. And of course, there we have everything from Dinobot mode to, of course, robot mode. Now, I do got to mention that he is a little bit taller probably than Shockwave. I'm not really too sure. However, if we were to stand him next to Optimus Prime, I mean, you can kind of see the height resemblance. So, of course, he is going to be a lot taller. Oh, yeah. So, the height difference there is pretty crazy to think about it. But, nevertheless, really nice in general. Let's go ahead and remove Optimus now. Let's go ahead and take Grimlock off the table. Let me go ahead and turn this off real quick. And let's bring back Shockwave. So here's Grimlock standing next to the classic class Optimus Prime blockies. I mean, come on. That's pretty tall enough. I mean, Grimlock is a lot taller than Optimus Prime, so I can definitely do see a lot of different characteristics there. And of course, if you were to put a Halo figure, you can definitely see the height resemblance for sure. And of course, if we were to get Studio Series version Shockwave. So a side-by-side comparison there. Oh, as Shockwave just dropped his sword. The height, Grimlock probably has him at least by the shoulder pads. At least is what I want to say. But nevertheless, all fantastic, nicely well done and well made. Hasbro, 10 out of 10 for Grimlock. I am very impressed. Now I do gotta find the entire Dinobots, which is Slug, Snarl, Swoop, and Sludge. So I do gotta find the Generation 1 Dinobots. So anyways guys, that's gonna go ahead and do it for me. Let me know down below in the comments, and of course stay tuned for tomorrow as we have another video coming out. But as always guys, that's gonna go ahead and do it for me. I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace out guys.